Hello and welcome to Charter's Local Edition. I'm your host, LAURIE FARKAS. We are in Cheyenne, Wyoming, visiting with lawmakers about issues that are important to you. And joining us now is Cheyenne City Councilman Dicky Shanor. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it.
Happy to be
There's
here.
a lot going on in Cheyenne. We've got a brand new mayor. How's the council adjusting, and tell me about some of the transition issues.
Very, very exciting time for Cheyenne. As you stated, new mayor, so new administration, and a couple new council people as well, but a good mix of some young energy, some new ideas, and some of that old institutional knowledge to keep us grounded. Exactly. So I'm excited. You know, the state right now is going through somewhat of an economic downturn, as we're all aware, but I think Cheyenne is well positioned to weather that downturn and continue to grow and prosper. We're starting to see a lot of interest from businesses and just young professionals, et cetera, because of the growth of the Denver metro area up the interstate. And just the cost of business and cost of living has gone up so much there that now we're sort of becoming, I think, that northernmost community in the Front Range. And so I think it's exciting times for Cheyenne.
That is great. That is actually great news that you're hearing that. I mean, that's definitely what we want. We want those millennials and families to enjoy and embrace our community. One of the things that I think we have to do in order to attract them is keep building our infrastructure and make sure that there's things for them to do here, and that kind of leads us into that 6-penny tax discussion. Yeah,
good point. I would say two things in infrastructure. One, 6-penny, two, roads. And with 6-penny, we've spent all of last year working with the other town councils, so Pine Bluffs, Burns, and Albin, and then the county commissioners, and then myself and Dr. Mark Rennie for the city, negotiating this ballot that we have. And so we're still kind of massaging it because of some of the folks that were elected in November that want to maybe see some different things, and really trying to build as big of a coalition as we can around those projects, because we have some really important infrastructure projects in that 6-penny ballot that we really need to get passed and get moved on. And then when we talk about the roads, everybody's always talking about potholes, and we know our roads because we drive them every day. What the mayor's doing right now is we have a new city engineer, and he will be retaining a third-party consultant to come in, look at our pavement management system, look at what we've been doing in terms of quality control, and really helping us implement some best practices and try to get state-of-the-art when it comes to not only our construction projects but pavement management and maintenance over time. Yeah, I've heard around the community that there are certain people who say that the materials that we use in the roads may not be the best, but I can imagine that our climate here makes it incredibly challenging. Our climate is incredibly challenging, particularly for potholes. The dramatic shifts in hot and cold. Exactly. So that does present some challenges, but there are some things that we've looked at in terms of like different machines and technology that can help with the potholes, do it more efficiently, faster, cheaper than how we're doing it right now. And so I'm optimistic that this evaluation we're doing both internally and with the consultant will result in some good recommendations. Yeah. Well, I don't think I pick up a newspaper or watch a TV broadcast here in town where I don't hear about downtown growth. Sure. Talk a little bit about some of the efforts there and some of the things that we're doing to enhance the downtown. One thing that's great about the council is that we are a legislative body, but small enough in numbers to where, at least my experience, people don't look at it as, hey, this is my ward and I'm only going to focus on my ward. And so everybody from all over town cares about downtown, and there's a consensus on that. And so there are a lot of things we've looked at in terms of, what can we do to address buildings that may be vacant for a while, perhaps dilapidated a little bit. What can we do certainly about the hole, you hear all that. And really there's been a growing sort of collaborative effort between the DDA, the Chamber of Commerce, the Cheyenne Leads, the city, everybody really trying to get on the same page about what are some common goals that we can find to move downtown forward and address some of the issues that we know exist and try to just revitalize it. And so I think there's a multifaceted approach that we'll continue to see benefits from downtown from that. Yeah, there's a lot of energy that I haven't seen before in my lifetime, and probably yours. It's really exciting. There is. When remember when I was young in like junior high school, maybe even elementary school, my mother was on a committee to save
Your
the
mom's
depot.
great.
And you know, because back then
Yeah.
they were thinking about maybe
I
not
remember
even
that
doing
too.
that depot. And because of those citizens that fought to keep that, what would we do without the plaza now?
Oh, absolutely.
You know? And
It's
so
become kind of the centerpiece.
that's what it takes. It takes citizen advocates to really fight and have that vision for what they want to see down there. And that's the kind of energy we have right now.
Well, speaking of that, tell people how they can stay plugged in. They can go to the city's website and watch the city council meetings. Get plugged in, get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. All the city council meetings are streamed live, and yeah,
it's important.
Right camera there. So yeah, you go to the city's website and check out any of the agendas, all the minutes, times for all of our meetings, all of the committee information is on there. We have tons of boards and commissions for people that want to get involved. We appoint people all the time to those things, so if you have something you're interested in, check that website for vacancies.
Super.
And yeah, help any way we can get citizens involved in government or in civic service, we appreciate it.
All right. Takes all of us. Takes a village.
That's right.
All right. Thanks for joining us
Thank you.
today. We've been visiting with City Councilman Dicky Shanor, and you've been watching Charter's Local Edition. We'll see you next time.